Hey y'all, welcome to February Love. Come for the kiki, stay for the clarity. And I'm your host, Pierre Lewis. How y'all doing today, y'all? Y'all feeling cozy? But nah, as you can tell, I'm still at my sister's apartment in Tampa. I'm actually in the process of like packing and getting ready to go back to New York, to go back to the Big Apple. But while I was packing, I was like, girl, Pierre, let's just do this Beyoncé cozy video that you've been like meaning to do for like the longest. And so yeah, here we go. Let's hope I get this video done on time and I have no hiccups because bitch, I ain't trying to get left by Delta again. Like I think like this is the second time like I've booked this flight to go back to New York and bitch, I gotta get back to where I belong. But alright. So let's talk about Miss Giselle and her little cozy song. Because Miss Giselle thinks she's a clever girl, but baby, I'm clever. Is clever even a word? I don't know. But girl, let's get into it. All right. So, as y'all know, on Beyonce's Renaissance album, she has a song titled Cozy. And in that song, Miss Giselle say, "Might I suggest you don't fuck with my sis? She's comfortable. Comfortable in my skin. Cozy with who I am." And most of like the conversations online has been that like she's referring to Solange, her sister, da da da. And we all know Miss Solange don't play about her big sis. You know what I mean? Miss Solange will molly whoop a bitch in an elevator for her sister. We all have seen it. So it's very cute. I could understand why people would think like that's who Beyonce's referring to on the song. When I've listened to the song, the concept of her referring to her sister Solange never really aligned for me because the song, in my interpretation, is not necessarily like talking about like sisterly love or love for family. For me, the song is primarily focused on internal love, self-esteem, and self-worth. So the Solange like argument never really held up for me. But the other day, I was listening to the song and the T.S. Madison part of the song came on. And in that moment, I was like, hold up. Wait a minute, bitch. Wait a goddamn minute. Is Beyonce talking about gender theory, y'all? Because, bitch, she gagged me. Oh, Miss Giselle, you all clever. And y'all, bear with me. I know, like, Beyonce cozy gender theory might sound like a little crazy, a little far-fetched. And maybe it is, right? Maybe I'm just a crazy boy on the internet with a mic, right? But bear with me. Because it locks in, all right? So let's get into it. So we're gonna do like a cute little, academic analysis, right? None too long, just short, quick, and to the point. So, as I'm sure most of you know, the idea of like cisgender has been like a topic of debate on the internet for the longest, right? As we know, cisgender is defined as someone whose biological sex and the gender that they were assigned at birth aligns. So for me as Pierre, whose biological sex is male and who was assigned the gender men, those two things are coherent, they align, right? No matter how much I pussy pop on this internet, right? But for somebody like T.S. Madison, their biological sex and their gender identity have a different relationship, right? So enough of the academic shit. Okay, girl, we done with that. Child, that was a lot, girl. Right? So now let's go back to Giselle and this little song. So now when Beyonce says the line, "Don't fuck with my sis, she's comfortable." If we take into the fact that she has T.S. Madison on the song, that starts to signal something different. So on the one hand, could be talking about like sisterhood, feminine love, her relationship with Solange. But if we take into context the T.S. Madison piece, it starts to sketch out a more precise story. And by putting T.S. Madison on the same song, Beyonce is placing her cisgender identity and T.S. Madison's transgender identity within the same frame, highlighting and celebrating both identities at the very same time. Bitch, what? Beyonce said what and is doing what with the trans people? Yeah, girl. Beyonce is celebrating transness. Beyonce is celebrating the girls. Right? Because when we listen to the lines within that song, Beyonce says, "Cozy, may I suggest you don't fuck with my sis? She's comfortable. Cozy in who I am. comfortable in my skin. Those phrases are phrases of self-empowerment or statements of self-worth, self-love. Those are statements that reflect how one feels about their inner being, their inner identity. And so when you take the context of Beyonce's talking about her inner being, her inner identity, and she's prefacing it with the phrase cis, Beyonce is referring to herself as a cis woman. At least that's what I'm interpreting it, right? When you look at it from that frame, with T.S. Madison being on the same song, it reveals something completely different. So now it's no longer about Solange. It's no longer about biological sisterhood. It's about one's comfortability in their skin, one's comfortability in who they are. And for me as a queer human, I think like it's so cool how Beyonce is able to place herself and T.S. Madison within the same frame, highlighting that her inner being, her soul, her coherent understanding of herself is the truth of who she is. And so because of that, she's not threatened to be on the same frame, in the same space with a trans woman. And so they can both coexist without any opposition. And I think that is so beautiful. From a statement of social political theory, I think it's a beautiful thing to communicate. But what is even more profound to me as a nerd of analysis, y'all, is the fact that Beyonce can make such a profound, impactful statement without saying a goddamn thing. Like, that's what's so cool about like media and media structures and like how you lay context and meaning into things. You can say the thing without even saying it. And that, baby, oh bitch, that's so fab. That's so fab. Queen Bee, you ate. Queen Bee, you ate that. Baby, no 6.5, straight 8 down. So yeah, y'all. I mean, I could be wrong. There's just my low interpretation as a little gay boy on the internet, LOL. But I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Because Beyonce definitely did that. And for that, I sleep cozy at night. But yeah, y'all, I'm Pierre Lewis. This is February Love. Come for the kiki, but darling, you stay for the clarity. Bye, y'all. Let me go catch this flight before I miss it again.